hero for today is Daniel Didio. Daniel is that guy that won the trip to Beijing because he taught 1,500 classes in 2.5 months. That's 20 classes a day. Last year, Daniel made, I won't tell you how much he made, it's in the interview. But wait, Hope, isn't Daniel the guy that wrote the article about getting a lot of followers? Aren't you the girl that said,
giving any weight to the number of followers you have on your app is like determining who is a good cook by whose turkey has the most likes on Facebook?
yes, I know. There's so much controversy. Isn't Daniel the one that said he doesn't use so many props? And a lot of the community said, we love props. We have so many props. So much controversy. I think I can get along with a guy who's taught 10,000 classes. Imagine how many students he's taught. He's giving them language, and I can get behind that. I found out in the interview there's a lot more about Daniel that I can get behind. Daniel's passionate about supporting teachers and helping them find the right platform for their teaching. I found Daniel to be very genuine and very transparent. Really, I could have asked him anything and he would have answered. I also found him to be very willing to learn, which is important in a teacher. Daniel really believes in community between teachers and collaboration. He credits some of his success to the teacher community. We can all learn so much from each other. And I know you'll learn something too in this video with our ESL hero, Daniel Didio.
Daniel Didio. Hi.
Yes. Hi, Hope.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Daniel, you're kind of a celebrity around our circle. We don't really need your last name. We know who we're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Anybody that doesn't know Daniel, you actually won a trip. I think it was in 2016. They selected the teachers with the most classes, and then the students voted on who would go.
That's right, yeah.
You got to go to China from that.
Yeah, I got to go to China. It was great. Yeah, it was wonderful. Yeah, it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. So.
Oh man, I can imagine. You taught between September 15th and November 30th of 2016. You taught 1,554 classes.
Yeah, it's about my normal schedule. Yeah, I didn't really, I didn't put in any extra classes to get up to that number, and I actually took a few days off that I don't normally take. So that's probably normally about my schedule. So.
Well, so you just went to work like normal, and you taught more classes than anybody.
So what I did to build up those classes, it took me about 1.5 years to build up those classes. And I did everything I could to put myself in front of the students. So I did the bedtime stories. You could teach group classes, right? Okay. You could teach group classes, and you had to go through the interview. I was interviewed by Meredith, and that helped build up my student base. But I picked up a lot of just, last minute classes to try to build up my student base as much as I could. And I think the most important thing is during the holidays, before Chinese New Year in the summer. Last summer, and I think it was July, every week I worked 90 hours. Every week in that month. And that's when they had the big incentive. So that month I made over $9,000 that month.
$9,000.
I made just a little bit over 9,000 because they had the extra bonuses. So I did kind of ramp up what I usually do. It's not easy, and that actually helped me build up my student base to fill in the gaps on my schedule. That's what I was looking to do.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So how were you teaching every day?
I was teaching every day that month. I taught every day. It was basically out of 91 hours, I was booked for 90 hours.
So you're basically starting at 8 a.m. Beijing time to 10 p.m. Beijing time every day during that period.
During that period, yes. Wow. So basically what I would do is, I'd get up an hour before my classes, get ready, get my coffee ready. I have a good system in my house. So I live in the Philippines. I'm based out of the Philippines. I've been based out of here for 10 years. So we've had a system set up since my daughter, Daniela, was 10 years old. So we have a good system in the house where they know when my snack time is. They put it on a chair next to me. They know when to bring in my water, when to bring in this. My kids help out. Hey, I need water. I got 3 minutes. So my kids will run, get me water. So we have a really good system, and everyone helps in the house. So that's the only reason I can do it.
Wow, that is awesome. So before you built up that big base that summer, and you did that by just opening all your slots and working.
That's right.
You were with the company how long before that?
I started it was around mid-September the following year.
Okay.
So
around almost a year or
right,
1 month.
right. Yeah. So, but I was working 2 jobs at the same time. At that point, we were allowed to do that. And so I was working at that point because I had to make sure I honored their contract. So at that point, I was teaching about 90 hours a week. And then when that ended, I kind of reduced my schedule to 70 something. And now I reduced it even farther. Now I'm only teaching 67 hours a week, and I have my breaks and everything else scheduled. So.
Only 67 hours a week.
Yeah, that's it.
So, Daniel, here's what people ask.
Right.
Teaching this many classes, by the time you get toward the end of the night, right, you're wiped out and your classes aren't any good anymore.
Okay. I know. A lot of people ask me that. And it kind of goes like this for me. It's kind of like a roller coaster ride throughout the day. So, if I feel myself getting a little tired, I have to drink a little bit more coffee. I have to be a little bit more active between my classes, splash some water in my face quickly so I can get back to my classes and do that. But actually, by the end of the day, I get my second wind. So, in the morning, it kind of starts out a little bit steady. I go like this, and I go back up. And by the end of the day, I'm good to go because I have my second wind. So, and to me, it's, I worked corporate jobs in the U.S. for 10 years. That's work.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Yeah.
So, you have a little kid smiling at you, and they're excited, and you can see their mom helping them before class. Well, that gets me excited, right?
And your bookings and your parent feedback will reflect the quality of your classes.
That's right.
How's that looking for you?
I have basically about 1,700 or so feedback. I calculated yesterday, and I have 6 that are dissatisfactory before they canceled out. So I only have 2 that are dissatisfactory out of almost 1,800. So it's not too bad.
Thousands of classes. Yeah.
At the end of this month, I should hit almost 10,000 classes at about 566 days. So.
Wow. That's amazing what you've accomplished in that amount of time.
Yeah.
You've been featured on some blogs, ESLauthority.com,
right.
And this blog has clicked through 40,000 times. People are reading this blog about how you made, I think it was how you made $70,000 in 2016. So you made, just from VIPKID last year, you made $70,000 a year.
That's right.
How is this year looking?
I think this year, based on everything I'm doing this year, I think I'll be right around that same number, a little bit more. So.
Yeah. Do you ever have low periods in bookings? Maybe not when you're taking vacation, but gaps in your schedule or low periods in your booking?
Not anymore. Not since the China trip.
Not anymore.
Yeah, it's very rare that I even have a spot that's open. Because the student base, my student base is so big now. And that's what I tell the new teachers. You have to wait to build up your student base. Once you build up your student base enough, it's going to fill in those gaps. But it takes a while. It's just time. That's all it is, just time. So.
Yeah. New teachers, listen, it just takes time.
Yeah.
It's been around for a long time now. And your schedule is consistent right now.
Yeah, it's consistent, yeah.
What about IT issues? A lot of teachers think if they open that many slots, what happens if their internet crashes? How do you do that?
Okay, so I have 2 internet lines. I have one coming from my cable company, and I have one coming from my phone company. So I put that in place because where I live, it's not very stable, the internet. They're both hard connected. If I have a problem, I can just switch it out quickly. So reset the other one,
Now, you're teaching 12 hours in a row. How do you maintain your voice? You sound
so this is what I drink every day. This is I have what is this? Cucumbers, lemons, and ginger.
Okay.
So And that's what was happening when I first started teaching. I was teaching that many hours. My throat was killing me. So I drink this every day.
Really?
Yeah.
My voice has gone after 6 classes, and my face is frozen in a smile.
Yeah. I think my face is, when I smile now, it doesn't hurt. Like for the first 6 months, it kind of hurt, but now I'm kind of okay.
How do you find time to go to the bathroom? How do you find time to move around? How do you do this?
Right. So I try, if I can, I try to get up between my classes, move around, stretch. But I hope someone cancels so then I can really go to the bathroom. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm like, please, someone, hurry.
Everybody hopes for a cancel now and then. I don't think there's a problem with that.
Yeah. So but I get all my feedback done between my classes. Now this is
between one class to the next class.
It's done. Okay. Yes. All right. So I'm a fast typer anyways, because I worked in the business field for a while, so I can type very fast. I keep a notebook like this, so you can see I use this for different classes, 1, 2, it's just rough notes. And I put down words that kids had trouble with, or if they had trouble with, the S's at the end of the words or whatever else. I just write it down here quickly. So then at the end of class, I just put in their words they had problems with, if they had certain sound, if they had a hard time saying the M sound or whatever else. And then I put 2 or 3 lines in there, then I'm done and I go to my next class.
And your notes don't have to be too extensive because you're immediately putting it in.
Immediately put it in so I don't forget about it. That's the problem I was having when I first started, because I was teaching to the 28-minute mark when I first started.
Yeah, when I first started teaching too, I was doing that to the 28-minute. I don't know, I wanted to just make sure they got all of it.
I know.
But with time, I'm watching that clock, and
yes, right.
minutes, I'm trying to wrap up.
Yeah, so I think we're better at the timing as you get more experience with the VIP curriculum. You can time it better. But the new curriculum, it's making me go closer to that 28-minute mark because they pack so much in. So for me, it's making it a little bit more stressful than it did when I first started. So.
Sure. So what are the keys to having a good class? What makes a kid come back and book you again?
Okay. So, I know there's a discussion on Facebook about props, but I do use props. I just don't use a million of them. So these are my staple props. I have a monkey, I got a dog, I got a panda. I got this in Shanghai. And I have a baby with no hair that they love, and I have a rabbit. So these are all the props I use. If, I need to eat an apple, I'll eat the rabbit. And the kid will be like, no, you're eating the rabbit, not the apple. And then we'll have a good discussion about it. So I do a lot of things like that. I think that makes it fun in the classroom. But one thing I noticed when I started working with VIP, I was getting bored. So, especially with a lot of the repeating, a lot of the sight words, the, and, okay, your turn. So what I did is I'm like, if I'm bored, the kids are going to be bored. My family, because we're based in the Philippines, everybody sings. I don't sing. I don't sing outside of class. I don't sing, but inside the classroom, I use rhythm inside of my classroom. And a lot of the parent feedback, they call me the singing teacher, even though I don't sing. I don't really sing. So it's more about rhythm. Anything, even sentences. I kind of use rhythm for these sentences, and the kids can pick it up quicker. And it's fun for them, and they're learning. Yeah. And some of the parent feedback I'm getting is after class, the kids singing. Yeah. They're singing the sentences and stuff.
You mentioned a discussion on Facebook. You said some people use props, some people don't. Do you think that every teacher ought to do it the same way you do it, or what is your opinion on that?
No. I don't think all the teachers should do it my way. I was just trying to get feedback to see, well, why are they creating so much? But coming out of that discussion, I'm going to go through the different VIP Facebook groups. I think I'm part of 5, 6, or 7. I don't know. But I'm going to go and look through the props, and I'm going to actually really because of that, I'm going to take a closer look and see, maybe I should have a few other things at my disposal that would help the kids. So
you're not condoning that every teacher needs to do it the same way.
No, you can't. That's impossible.
You do it your way.
That's right. Because I do it a certain way, and I don't know if other teachers would want to do it my way, right? And I don't know if I would want to do things that they do a certain way, With teaching, it's a different animal, it's not like a cookie cutter type thing. So
Yeah, and every student's different, and they're booking you again for a reason, just like they're booking some other teacher again for.
That's right. And I don't, as a teacher, I want the students that like the way I teach. Because that will make it funner for me and them. I think there's enough students that, having different styles is good, because then they can book with another teacher that they like. They might not like my class.
What do you do when you have a negative experience? How do you keep your spirits up?
It's tough. I think talking to the other teachers online helps. I've been part of a small group that when I started, I think a lot of the teachers do that. When they first start together, they get small groups together. I think that helps out a lot. But what really helped me out, be honest with you, is when I went to Beijing. I think it gave me a better picture of what they're doing. And plus, I got to see some of my students, which was wonderful. And I think that kind of puts it in perspective.
What does the future hold for you? What are you doing next?
Right now, I have a blog set up, and I know some people know about it at, VIP. It's,
where can we find you?
Teach ESL Online Anywhere. Okay. And that I have a job listing of 140 online jobs, and I have 2 Facebook groups connected to it. And it's to help teachers. It's to help teachers, online teachers, find jobs. And the reason why I created it, because I was looking for 2 years to find an online job. I couldn't find an online job.
And not everybody can qualify for VIPKID. Not everybody can work for a company. And
that's right.
The demand is big. Is that what you're finding?
Yeah, there's a big demand from, just not native speakers, but non-native speakers being able to teach by apps, because they're just looking for someone to speak to the students.
When I have a referral that fails, maybe I should send them over to your website.
Yeah, send them to my website. So my Facebook groups are Teach ESL Online Anywhere, and the review group is Online ESL Jobs Review.
Okay, very good. And I will put these links into the description.
Okay, all right, that sounds good.
Right. Any final words, tips, advice, anything here that we didn't cover?
I think the main thing is just for everyone to have fun, in the classroom, keep on learning, post stuff on Facebook. So you're having some trouble in your class or bookings, post. I think a lot of teachers try to help. I do have another program that I just started, which I'll be ramping up over the next 6 months. And this is Online ESL Kids with a Z coach. Looking around a lot of the Facebook groups, not VIPs, but a lot of the other ones, I see a lot of teachers that are having trouble getting bookings. Yeah. Some of them are new, but some are experienced, and it's hard to make that transition. So, I want to help a lot of these teachers do that. So, I'm going to be ramping up a lot of different products over the next 6 months to help teachers out with that. So.
Okay, great. It sounds like we have something in common as far as a passion for teaching English and enabling or empowering those teachers to do a good job. So.
Yeah, because, being ESL teachers and having experience like we do, a lot of teachers have to go country to country. I think it's better if you want to be home with your family and spend more time, or traveling or whatever you want to do. And I think this is a great opportunity for people now. So.
Okay, great. Well, it sounds like you are a fabulous resource for a lot of people. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Hope. I appreciate you interviewing me too.
I think a lot of teachers are going to enjoy watching this. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, we're here with Daniel Didio. Did I say your name right? It's not Didio. It's
Didio. At the end, him.
Didio. Hi.
Didio. Hi, Hope. I don't want every teacher. I want the I don't want all.
Didio. Daniel Didio.
Hi. Yeah.